Today's episode we will be talking about these things and how one of these can save your photos and videos. Let's go.
But I just get higher.
Hello, what is good everybody? My name is Vidhu Kota and today we will talk about ND filters or neutral density filters and how one of these can help you save your photos or videos. Neutral density filters are basically sunglasses for your camera. That's really common phrase used to describe ND filters because it is completely true. Now, in this episode we will be talking about variable ND filters, which is basically they have multiple ND filters and one ND filter. This is a 4-stop to a 400 stop, so that means you can see me a little over here, but when I go completely dark you can barely see me. First, let's talk about photos. This is important in photography because if it's a really bright day outside and you want to shoot in the lower aperture, hence get the blurry background, you can't. If you drop down that aperture, it'll get really bright and the image will be overexposed. You could fix it in post if you shoot raw, but always better to get it the best on camera. You slap an ND filter on there, turn it to match your footage, and boom, you're done. The next reason why it's important for photography is mostly the only reason I use ND filters, and that is to get long exposures. A simple way to explain long exposures is when your camera sensor is open for a really long period of time, therefore your camera captures that amount of time of motion. For example, if there's a waterfall and the water is flowing, if I keep my shutter open for about 5 seconds, my camera will capture that 5 seconds of that motion of that waterfall. The long exposures are really hard to achieve in daylight. Even if you drop your ISO to 100 and aperture to f22, sometimes you still can't go below probably 1 or 2 seconds. Therefore, you slap an ND on there, you can make it as dark as you want, and you can get 30 seconds or even 30 minutes of long exposures. And I love long exposures. If you've never done long exposures, you should. I love long exposures. Now for video, first of all, you can obviously use it for the same reason I told you about the photo. Keep a lower aperture when it's bright outside to get blurry backgrounds or bokeh. But if you know anything about filmmaking or videography, you know about the shutter rule. Basically, the shutter speed needs to be double your frame rate. So basically, I'm shooting at 24 frames per second right now. So the closest I could get to 24 frames per second was 50. You need an ND filter so that your image is not overexposed. I mean, you could go ahead and crank that shutter speed up like this. But look at what's happening to the footage right now. It's really weird, and the motion. And if you look at my hands right now, it doesn't look natural. But if I go back to 50, this is much more natural. Alright, that is the video. I hope you learned something there. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you want to see more content from me. And I will see you the next time. Bye guys.